Welcome to FiveTalking, the home of the compulsive listener.
We can make a top 5 out of anything and everything.
I'm Al, and as always, I'm joined by Josh.
Hello, and today we're talking about the worst 5 TV presenters.
Yeah, a lot to choose from on this. There's plenty of appalling TV presenters out there.
Yeah, there's a hell of a lot more bad presenters than there are good ones.
Well, let's get straight in then. Number 5 on our list, Dom Littlewood.
Don't get done, get Dom.
Well, do people even know who Dom Littlewood is?
Dom Littlewood is the bald little dwarf who used to present TV consumer shows like the aforementioned Don't Get Done, Get Dom.
So basically, he was a poor man's watchdog, really, wasn't it?
It was basically people like who used to write into Points of View who've got nothing else to do now since it got taken off the air. And so they write to Dom Littlewood and ask him to sort out their problem, like they've had a bad holiday or something. It wasn't as advertised.
Am I right in thinking it was predominantly old people getting conned?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And he would basically go along and dress up in funny little suits and funny little disguises, and then intercede on their behalf. Yeah, but he's one of those horrible breed of TV presenters who was basically he became famous, didn't he? Because he was like some ordinary Joe blogs, and he was on some TV show, and they said, "Oh, we quite like him. He's charismatic.
He's an everyman."
Yeah, he's an everyman.
That's what he is. Isn't he? He's Essex boy.
Yeah,
everyman. He started out on that show where he's an expert in cars, isn't he? He's a used car salesman.
That was it. He was a used car salesman,
and he trained a vicar.
That faking it. It was faking it. He was on faking it, and he trained a vicar in how to sell used cars. And obviously, the production company thought, "Oh, this guy, he's got charisma. He's salt of the earth," and yet the guy has no charisma. It's basically it's that horrible reality TV mentality where if we just get some bog standard ordinary person to present TV shows, A, we don't have to pay him a lot, and B, the public will just put up with it. They don't really care whether or not anyone's interested.
He finds a home, doesn't he? He's one of those presenters where he presents those shitty shows between breakfast television ending and proper TV starting later in the day.
Yeah,
he's in that area that Gloria Hunniford likes to play in.
Yeah,
you know, Angela Rippon.
Yeah,
they're never gonna offend anybody. They're all very safe.
Exactly,
but ultimately boring as hell.
Yeah, the man's just got no charm, no charisma,
no hair.
He was on no hair. As we all know, a stand-in for charisma and charm. He was on Celebrity MasterChef, I think, this year, and was predictably terrible at cooking as well as presenting.
Good.
So,
well, good. You know, that's enough about Dom, I think.
Yeah, not really a lot to say about the guy. The guy's
shit.
Yeah, it's just boring, really, isn't he?
Well, let's move on then to. Actually, number 4 I know is a personal favourite of yours.
Oh, love this man. Oh.
Paddy McGuinness.
Paddy bloody McGuinness.
Now, I imagine actually, I think for a lot of people, there might be a few raised eyebrows here because he's a popular chap. He's jovial.
Yeah, he's popular like the Daily Star's popular.
So you got a bit of cretin to like him.
Basically, yeah. He's just an idiot. He's like a professional northerner, so he does all the voiceovers. If they did a northern voice to sell bread or something, you've got Paddy McGuinness there, like doing a voiceover for Kingsmill or something stupid like that. He's like, remember Jonathan Wilkes, who was like Robbie Williams' best mate, who suddenly become a TV presenter overnight.
Do you know what? I could do a whole bloody show on Wilkes.
What was Wilkes? What the hell was he?
Oh, I know. Was
he a singer? Was he I don't even know who he was.
He used to carry Robbie Williams' guitar for him.
Was that what it was? Yeah.
Something
probably.
crap.
Yeah.
He used to shine his boots.
Bloody
something like that. And then all of a sudden, he appears on everything.
Yeah.
Robbie can't leave the house without him. It's just like having a new toupee for Robbie Williams, isn't it? It's like, take him with me.
And there's that guy as well who does the things with Ewan McGregor, the motorbike guy, and he's a mate of Ewan McGregor's. Charlie Boorman, isn't it?
Bloody Boorman.
These people. And so Paddy McGuinness only became famous because he was Peter Kay's mate, and Peter Kay gave him a small role on Phoenix Nights.
Well, I think what you are ignoring though is an element of talent in him. because I do remember an excellent programme he did called Inside Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, apparently he's only just got out.
Oh, I just got that. I was way too slow.
Couldn't help myself. But I'll tell you what really shows the level of Paddy McGuinness is have you seen now on BBC they've got a TV show where they're re-voicing commentary over 10-year-old episodes of Wipeout.
Yeah, him and Freddie Flintoff. Oh, God, it was total waste.
Who seem to have become a double act now.
Yeah, I know. It's like little and large.
Oh,
I mean, they're both large.
Freddie Flintoff, and also a man with zero charisma. Everyone thinks, he's really funny because he can basically talk a little bit on TV. It's so low rent. It's awful.
But also, do you know what? I'm really frustrated that the BBC have produced it.
Yeah, why are the BBC even doing things like that? Let's take a show that was rubbish anyway, about middle managers who go along and run around on red floating balls, fall into the water every so often. That in the first place, it was terrible. What can we do now? Let's get Paddy McGuinness and Freddie Flintoff to re-commentate the bloody show.
Let's really improve it by getting along these pair of jokers.
Yeah.
To re-commentate. Rehash it. Do you know what? That just sums up Paddy McGuinness's entire career in a nutshell. Riding on the coattail of others, pretty much talentless, just completely dependent on someone giving him a lucky break because he's a chum.
Exactly. And we haven't even got time to go into the dreadful Take Me Out.
Oh my God. Let's just get on with this.
Yeah, let's just move on.
I've had enough of McGuinness.
Far too much Paddy McGuinness already.
Oh, number 3. Now, number 3 I'm really pleased we've got on this list. It's Aled Jones.
Aled Jones.
Obviously famous for really being a child star.
Yeah, primarily famous for being a choir boy, wasn't he? So Walking in the Air. Yeah,
Walking in the Air. Very famous for that, as you probably all know, the theme tune to The Snowman, that beautiful Christmas time movie that's always on every year.
It is.
Though, interestingly, Aled Jones not good enough to actually sing in the movie.
No, exactly.
In the cartoon.
No.
Could only do the thing afterwards.
I think he was basically more photogenic, wasn't he, than the boy. I think that's the reason why. Yeah, I think so, probably.
Was he really ugly, the other boy?
I think he had a face like the Elephant Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't realise.
I think that could be the only reason I can think of. But yeah, Aled Jones shows up on this list because he has tried out a lot of TV presenters in the last few years.
I think the reason he's on this list for me is because he's just so bloody dull.
Oh, he's just a vacuum. He's a black hole of charisma. Or anything interesting that enters his orbit just doesn't get reflected back off him. I mean, he could have Elvis Presley reincarnated, and he would somehow make the interview the dullest 10 minutes of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of disagree with this at all. I mean, I've seen all these shows that he gets on. He just, again, he falls into this category of nothing programming.
Yeah.
Nothing controversial, nothing of interest. Everyone who goes on there is just plugging their book or the fact that they've had their name attached to a new range of lingerie or something. It is just the K's catalogue of television.
I know. I just don't understand who's watching this stuff. I mean, Weekend was his one. It was on ITV for years on a Sunday morning.
I know.
And it was worth watching just because sometimes you hadn't slept well the night before and you wanted a couple of hours kip on the sofa.
Yeah.
That was the only thing it was good for.
And the whole set, it was kind of, oh, come on, come and see Aled. He's really great. Come and have a sit in his lounge. You know,
yeah,
he'll pour you some coffee. We'll have a croissant. Let's have a real lively chat. Maybe even do some cooking.
His weird pastel-coloured kind of sub-IKEA lounge.
I tell you what it is. All of the furniture has come from that chain. There's a little chain store called Oliver Boner's. And they do all of this, all that kind of furniture. This kind of, I'm really expensive to buy because I'm so out there, and yet it's shit.
Yeah, it is. It's dreadful. It's the only. It seems to be the only selling point. He's basically he's got a nice lounge. Let's forget about Aled.
I tell you, he's done me in. I'm exhausted just thinking about how dull he is. Like you said, he's a black hole. He's sucked the very living life out of me.
Yeah, I just can't think of anything interesting to say about the guy.
Well, he is now, I believe, a mentor, isn't he?
Yeah, apparently he's mentoring a young lady called Isabel Suckling. Get the feeling that his secretary wrote down the wrong words there. He's basically got himself stuck into a mentoring gig that he never wanted.
You can imagine it, can't you? Now he was just sitting there, bored, thinking, "How can I make myself a bit riskier?" Flicking through the kind of, I don't know, Men Only or Razzle, as he probably does on the quiet. And then it came across his advert. He was just, Isabel's sucking. I bet he read it as sucking, and he got very excited.
Well, I bet it was something Izzy sucking, and I bet it's a pun, something like that. I bet you.
You can just see it now, can't you?
So he probably accidentally typed it into onto his secretary's to-do list, and she's ended up calling this Isabel Suckling and said, "Do you want Alan Jones as a mentor?" Yeah. And this Isabel Suckling's like, "I have no idea who Alan Jones is, but."
Hopefully he'll soon have me walking in the air.
Yeah, I think we probably need to move on now. Let's move on to number 2.
Number 2.
Appropriately enough.
You can't beat a poo joke, can you?
You can't beat a poo joke, no.
So number 2 then. Simon Rimmer. I think we better explain who Simon Rimmer is, because he really isn't that high profile.
Yeah, most of you will have seen Simon Rimmer and totally forgotten who he was, so... He's basically the bald chef who presents what's it called? Sunday Brunch with Tim Lovejoy. Oh, yeah. Tim Lovejoy is in a whole other episode of this, to be honest. But
Lovejoy, nothing to talk about him.
Simon Rimmer is essentially, we are pairing him with Tim Lovejoy in this list. They are virtually of a piece, aren't they? But Simon Rimmer, I
tell you what it is about Rimmer, is again, he's just nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
He has no skills at presenting. No. He's to camera work. He's just boring.
He relies totally on Lovejoy being slightly better at presenting than him.
Yeah.
And all he does is just kind of have bants.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Lovejoy. All Lovejoy is just a walking banter bomb, isn't he? He just walks along having banter. Tim Lovejoy hasn't had a conversation since he was 14. All he has is banter. That's all he does.
You're absolutely right. And Rimmer just kind of feeds off it.
Yeah.
Occasionally talks about soufflés or a pancake he's rustled up or something.
Yeah.
Tim, look at me muffins.
Exactly.
Then they'll have a joke about muffins. They're a bit suggestive. I'm cooking up a lovely sausage this morning, Tim.
Oh.
You can see it, can't you? Tim,
well, he did judge...
Something about bangers.
He did judge British Sausage Week, didn't he? In 2013, so it probably is true.
How can you judge British Sausage Week?
Exactly. I mean, Simon Rimmer, I'm sure, has probably tried to make a 3-week TV series about his time judging British Sausage Week.
I bet it's the biggest thing he's ever done.
It is.
I bet he's never had such a great time with pork.
Oh. Not on camera, anyway. I'm pretty sure he's the only celebrity chef who didn't go into cooking because he wanted to be a chef. He just wanted to be a celebrity chef.
Yeah.
He wanted to be on TV.
And I think ultimately with Rimmer, he's not very interesting. He doesn't have any talent. He's not a particularly great cook, chef, whatever you want to call him these days. He looks like a really, really bald Phil Collins.
A really bald Phil Collins.
He's got no neck at all. He permanently has his shoulders up around his ears, and he's called Rimmer,
which links him to Dom Littlewood.
Oh, he's called
And I think one fact that sums Simon Rimmer up for me is that he's a self-described Liverpool fan who went on Celebrity Mastermind, and his specialist subject was the history of Tranmere Rovers.
Not a fan. Nothing against Tranmere.
No,
but clearly not a fan of...
But how the hell is that even possible? Who the hell knows more about another club than their own club?
An idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
An awful TV presenter.
And speaking of which, it's probably time we moved on to the number 1.
And number 1 was decided the minute we thought we were going to do poor TV presenters.
Oh,
there was only ever one.
We've had many a conversation over the years about this.
Sweat. Right, brace yourself, everyone. It's Matt Baker.
Matt, Countryfile, The One Show.
I'm glad you added file on the end.
Crufts. Olympic gymnastics. Baker.
Dog judging. Flip expressionism. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm that cross. It's Matt Baker. Matt Baker is just so dull that I can't even describe how much I hate Matt Baker and how poor a presenter he is. Let's just start with the gymnastics. Gymnastics, incredibly skillful. So much practice has to go into it. The gymnasts do an incredible job, and he reduces it to just mindless, dull flipping over a horse.
Mush, isn't it? And it's all he's doing is he's basically just warming them up for their career on when they go on Strictly Come Dancing and come fifth. That's all he's doing.
Baker. It is sounding quite similar to Alec Jones, though, isn't it? So, what's the difference?
Well, Matt Baker's the type of person who would desire to become a physiotherapist but be unable to train as one because he can't get the grades, and then marry a physiotherapist.
Oh, the irony.
I mean, that's the type of... And it's true, that's exactly what happened to Matt Baker. It sums him up in one fact.
Oh, I just don't even... I can't bear it. I can't bear it. The thing is, I think of Matt Baker as like porridge. Do you know what I mean? He's not offensive. I don't really hate porridge, but nothing exciting's ever going to happen with it.
Yeah, it's like porridge before you've put any sugar in it.
Yeah. Isn't it? Wallpaper paper. Every time I see him on TV, he's there in his bloody chinos and his check shirt and his jolly hockey sticks face, and he just babbles on endlessly about nothing.
He does.
And ultimately, that's why he's at number one.
Yeah.
Because he gets on TV and all this airtime and yet makes utterly no impression on anybody.
Apart from the anger we feel towards him now.
Well, yes.
Our anger's basically at how shit he is.
And do you know what? I'm now exhausted.
Yeah,
through all of that.
am.
So I think we better... Let's run through this top 5.
Okay, so at number 5 we've got Don't Get Done, Get Dom, Littlewood.
At 4 we've got jovial northerner Paddy McGuinness.
Number 3 we've got Alid Jones.
Number 2 Simon Rimjob Rimmer.
And number 1 Matt Charisma-Free Baker. The most boring human being on earth.
An enjoyable 5, I think that is.
Oh yeah.
Really, really good fun to pull that together. So I think that's it for this list.
Yep. So is our top 5 your top 5?
Leave a comment, like and subscribe.
Visit our Facebook page or find us on Twitter at FiveTalking.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.